There is a number that quietly shapes your health every single day. And most people don't think about it until something goes wrong. That number is your blood pressure. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't interrupt your routine. But over time, it can influence nearly every major system in your body. Your heart, your brain, your kidneys, even your energy levels. And the strange part is this: many people believe they understand blood pressure. They've heard the advice, they've seen the numbers, they know the basics. Lower the salt, take medication if needed, keep the numbers under control. But what if that understanding is incomplete? What if focusing on just one factor is causing you to miss the bigger picture? Because blood pressure is not controlled by a single element. It is the result of a system that involves your blood vessels, your heart, your fluid balance, and most importantly, your internal signals. Let's break this down in a way that actually makes sense. Imagine your body as a closed network of pathways. Your blood moves through this network continuously, delivering oxygen, nutrients, and energy to every cell. For that system to work, two things must happen efficiently. First, your heart must pump effectively. Second, your blood vessels must respond properly. They need to expand when more flow is required and relax when the demand decreases. This balance creates what we measure as blood pressure. Now, when everything is working well, this system stays stable. The pressure remains within a healthy range. Your organs receive what they need, and your body functions smoothly. But when this balance is disrupted, the pressure begins to rise. Not instantly, not dramatically, but gradually, and often without clear symptoms. This is why high blood pressure is sometimes called a silent issue, because you can feel completely normal while changes are happening inside your body. Over time, higher pressure places stress on your blood vessels. The inner lining of those vessels begins to change. It becomes less flexible, less responsive, and that affects how efficiently blood can move. This is not something you feel right away, but it is something that builds over time. Now, here is where most people focus their attention. Salt. You've probably heard this many times. Reduce your salt intake to manage blood pressure. And yes, for some people, this can make a difference, but salt is only one piece of a much larger puzzle because your body does not operate on single inputs. It responds to signals. And one of the most important signals in your body is hormonal. Hormones act like messengers. They tell your body what to do, when to do it, and how strongly to respond. When it comes to blood pressure, several hormones play a role. They influence how much fluid your body retains, how tight or relaxed your blood vessels are, and how your system responds to stress. So instead of looking at blood pressure as just a result of what you eat, it is more accurate to see it as a reflection of how your body is regulating itself. Now let's talk about something important: patterns. Your body does not react to a single day. It reacts to repeated behaviors. The habits you follow daily send signals to your system, and over time, those signals shape how your body responds. If your routine supports balance, your system adapts in a positive way. If your routine creates constant imbalance, your system adjusts differently. This is where many people get confused. They look for quick fixes, a single change, a single adjustment. But real improvement comes from consistency, not intensity. Consistency, small changes, repeated over time, create meaningful results. Now let's connect this back to blood pressure. If your system is constantly under strain, if your body is receiving signals that keep it in a heightened state, your blood vessels may remain more constricted than they should be. Your fluid balance may begin to shift in subtle ways, and over time, your pressure may stay elevated, even if nothing feels obviously wrong, not because of one single cause, not because of one single mistake, but because of a pattern that has been building quietly in the background. And this is where most people get misled. They look for one thing to fix, one factor to blame, one habit to change, but the body does not work in isolation. It works as a system. And when that system begins to drift out of balance, the effects are rarely caused by just one variable. This is why a broader approach matters. Instead of focusing on one factor, you begin to look at the system as a whole. You start to ask better questions, not just what am I eating, but how is my body responding to what I eat? Not just am I active, but is my movement consistent enough to support my circulation? Not just did I sleep? But was that sleep restorative? Not just am I stressed, but do I have any space in my day to recover from that stress? Because all of these elements are connected. Your nutrition influences your internal signals. Your movement supports your circulation and vessel flexibility. Your sleep regulates your hormones and recovery. Your stress levels shape how your body responds moment to moment. And when these areas are out of sync, your body adapts, sometimes in ways that are not immediately noticeable. But over time, those adaptations become your new normal. And that normal may include elevated blood pressure. Now, this does not mean you ignore medical advice. Far from it. If you have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, working with a qualified healthcare professional is essential. Monitoring your numbers matters. Understanding your condition matters. Having proper guidance matters. Because health is not something to take lightly. But at the same time, there is another layer to this conversation. And that layer is what you do every single day. Because long-term health is not built on temporary actions. It is built on sustainable patterns. It is built on what you repeat, what you reinforce, what you maintain over time. So instead of chasing short-term fixes, you begin to build long-term stability. Let's bring this into practical terms. What can you actually do starting today? The first step is awareness. Know where your blood pressure stands, not just once, not just occasionally, but consistently, because awareness creates clarity, and clarity allows you to make better decisions. When you know your baseline, you can track your progress, you can see what is working, and you can adjust what is not. The second step is observation. Take a closer look at your daily routine, not with judgment, not with guilt, but with curiosity. Where can you improve balance? Where can you reduce unnecessary strain on your system? Sometimes the answer is not extreme. Sometimes it is simple. Small adjustments that create meaningful impact over time. Then comes movement. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective ways to support your cardiovascular system. It helps your blood vessels remain flexible. It supports healthy circulation. It improves how your body uses energy. But this does not mean you need intense workouts. You do not need extremes. You need consistency. Even moderate, regular movement can make a significant difference over time. Next is rest. Sleep is often underestimated, but it plays a critical role in regulation. During sleep, your body resets. It repairs tissues. It balances hormones. It restores internal systems. Without adequate rest, your body remains in a state of imbalance, and that imbalance can influence blood pressure. So improving your sleep quality is not just about feeling better. It is about supporting your entire system. And finally, stress. Your body responds to stress signals constantly. Not just physical stress, but mental and emotional stress as well. Deadlines, responsibilities, uncertainty. All of these create internal responses. And if those responses remain elevated for long periods of time, they begin to affect how your body regulates itself. Managing stress does not mean eliminating it completely. That is not realistic. But it does mean creating space for recovery. Moments where your body can return to a balanced state. Even small pauses in your day can make a difference. Now, let's step back and look at the bigger picture again. Blood pressure is not just a number. It is a signal, a reflection of how your body is functioning beneath the surface. And like any signal, it should be understood, not ignored. Because when you ignore signals, you lose the opportunity to respond early. But when you understand them, you gain control. When you shift your focus from quick fixes to long-term patterns, you begin to see change differently. You are no longer chasing a number on a screen. You are supporting a system that responds to consistency, a system that adapts over time. And when that system is supported properly, the numbers often follow, not instantly, not dramatically, but steadily. And that steady progress is what creates lasting results. Before we finish, there is one important reminder. Health decisions should always be made thoughtfully. If you are currently on medication or if you have been given a specific treatment plan, do not make sudden changes on your own. Work with your healthcare provider. Make adjustments safely. Make them gradually, because the goal is not just improvement. The goal is sustainable, long-term health. If you found this helpful and you want more clear, simple, and practical health insights, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Sean Dozbo. This channel is built to help you understand your body in a way that actually makes sense. No confusion, no extremes, just clarity. Because when you understand how your body works, you can make better decisions for your health. Take your time, stay consistent, and move forward with awareness.